Okay, so we continue our journey. Today we are going to look at how to design this banner. Yes, we've talked about how to design a flyer. Today we are going to look at how to design a banner. So without wasting much time, let's dive in. I'm going to take almost everything from here. Yes, so is this design that we are going to replicate. So first of all, we are to check the size of this project. So you come to property, you deselect everything. You are not supposed to select anything. So you deselect, then you come to property. If you come to property, you see this is the width, and then this is the height. So the width is 2385, and then the height is 2100. So without wasting much time, let's start creating our Canva. So 2385 by 2100. So you right click on this, the name here, right click on it, come to new document, click on it, then you wait for the new document to pop up. Yes. So we are changing this to inches, sorry, pixels, because the size here is in pixels. So we change it to pixels. Then let's see, we are to give it a name. The name is 6 days prayer and fasting. So you can say 6 p.m., something simple like that, depending on how you want to name yours. So 6 p and then f. Yes. So this is okay. So let me make it caps PF. Good. So this is okay. Now let's look at the weights. The weight is, you can even check it from here. This is 2385. 2385, and then the height is 2300. Sorry, 2100. So you can just enter the 21 here. Then the resolution, because it is a banner, let's reduce the resolution a little bit so that it will not waste much time. Yes, so let's bring the resolution down to, let's say, 150. Yes, so after we are done with the work and then you are saving it for printing, you can just come back and then increase the resolution. So we are done with the setup. You click on create, and then we have our Canva ready. So we are going straight, as I said, we are going to be picking everything from scratch from here. So first of all, what we are going to do at the beginning is we are going to create our background, and you see there is space here, which is the margins. We need a clear margin, so we can go ahead and then create our guys. Yes, we can go ahead and create our guys. So we can just measure it from here. Take your rectangle tool, then you can measure the guide from here. Yes, so we have this one. Let's give it a color. Yes, okay, it has been a color already. Let's take off the stroke and then use our move tool. So we can bring this one, we can hold and then bring it here. You press and hold, then you bring it here. So we are going to use it to create our guide. Yeah, so you see we are not seeing our grid lines. So what we are going to do is to click on Control plus R. You see, these are the rulers, but they are not here. So this is the locked ruler, and because they are not here, what we are going to do is to click on Control plus R to bring our ruler, and now our rulers are here. So we just click, press and hold and bring it here. Yes, then we can now bring this one to here and bring another ruler, press and hold and bring it, then you release your hands. Let's check the top and then the bottom too. Yes, so let me bring this thing back here and let's check. The size, the space here should be the same thing as that one at the bottom. So my friend, why you not coming? All right, so let's measure it from the bottom. Yes, so this is it. This is the space, which is the margin space that is going to be left out without touching it. So let's bring it Let me select it. Come to layer here. Here is it. Right click, then duplicate, and we should send it to says df. Hit OK. We come back, and then here is it. So what we are going to do is just bring our ruler and then release our ruler here. We can also bring it at the top and then measure from the top as well. So we bring it here and also measure, leave it here. So that is that. So it means we are done with this. There is another way that you can do this, but it's called for calculation. Yes, it's called for calculation. But if you want to do it in a simple way, that is how I've taught you. You can go ahead and then do it as I just did. So right now, what we are going to do is to bring in the background. We are going to create a background. So this background that you are seeing here is not anything difficult, and is not something complicated that you can create. So this is it. This is the as you can see, if I turn it off, this is the color that I use. Yes, this is the color that I use. So I'm just going to duplicate this. Right click and then duplicate layer, and it will go to this says df, says pf rather. As you can see here, everything is cool. So we can lock it. Right, okay, it is already locked because it is locked here. So right from there, the next thing is this background. This one, even this one, it can come later. Yes, so the next one which is important is this one. And then the as you can see, this one has the blending mode is changed. It's not on normal. This is normal, dissolve, and other things, but it has changed. It was on linear color dodge, I think. Yeah, linear color dodge. So right click, duplicate again, then you send it there. So when you come here, you come and see that it has been reflected here. So this is how I want it to be. This is how I want it to be. So it depends on how you want yours to be. Okay, it's not always compulsory, or it's not always a rule that yours should be as mine it is. Mine is, but it is just a rule that you are to follow, or it is just a guideline. Yes, let me say it is just a guideline that is there to help you. Right, the next one is the lens flare. This is the lens flare. If I turn it off, you see how it is. If I turn it on, you see how nice it is. So right click on the lens flare and then duplicate the same thing, bring it back. Yeah, so when we come back, you see that the lens flare and then everything here is blending nicely. Now we don't want to use the background as a plain color like that. So we need to add something small, which is this background. Yes, this background, and it is on multiply. Yes, the blend mode is on multiply, not normal or any other, but you can play along with it and then check the one that's best fits your experience, or the one that you think it is good for your design, then you use it. But mine, at my end, I use multiply. So I can even lock it and then duplicate it. Right click says df, sorry, left click rather. Then when we come down, yes, we see our background is ready. Our background is ready. So the next thing we are going to do is to bring in our subject, which is the images. These are the images. Yes, the images, they were very good images and very sharp images. So I didn't do any adjustments or huge adjustments on them because they were good already. So now let's take where our images. I think one is this. Yes, the other one is this, and the other one is this. So let's right click and then duplicate. I select everything. Okay, I selected everything. You press on alt, then you'll be selecting them one after the other. Then says df, so it's pf rather. Okay, click on it and then we are good to go. Let's wait for it to progress. I believe how to sharpen or how to erase the images to match the background. Those things I've already explained them already, so we are not wasting much time on them. Yes, here is it. If you have forgotten, okay, so let me use this one of these images as an example. Let me see which image is this. All right, so you just let me turn it off. You just give it a layer mask. Okay, this is the layer mask at the bottom here. So if you select the image like this, then you apply the layer mask on the image. After you apply the layer mask on the image, then you take your brush tool, then you brush over it. So when you are brushing, you reduce your hardness. The hardness should be 0, and then you increase the brush, then you use it to brush. This is what I mean. So let me do it for you to see. So let me take my brush tool, then okay, I have to increase, use the bracket keys to increase it. Then let me turn off my, yes, my caps lock. You can also use the open bracket key or carry bracket to reduce it. So this is what I mean. You see, this is how the image was. Yes, this is the full image. This is the full image. And without, let me delete layer mask. So this is how the image is, right? So what we are going to do is to, you select the image like this as I've selected here. So let me take my move tool, then this is the image you see. So what we are going to do is, after you position the image, this is how you want the image to be. You can even go ahead and then just take off the shade away so that everything will be as this woman is. But uh I will be writing some things at the bottom. You see, this thing should come at the bottom. That is why I didn't do it as like this. So what we are going to do is, after you select the image layer like this, you come to your down here, then you click on the layer mask. You click on it, and then you see the layer mask here. After clicking on it, you need to change the color from the foreground color from white to black. So you can click right from here and it's going to change, or you can press X from your keyboard and it's going to change. Yes, and it's going to change. Now I believe you can see it bigger. So X from your keyboard and it's changing, another X and it's coming back. So now we are going to hide this part. We are not erasing it, because if you erase it and later on you want to bring it back, it's not going to work. That is why we are using layer mask to hide these parts. Is that so that it's going to be as if the image is coming from the background. Yes, but there is a way to do it, and that is what I am showing you now. So after you erase, after you select your layer and then you click your layer mask, you see this is the layer mask here. So you take your brush tool, you click on B from the keyboard to select your brush tool. After selecting your brush tool, this is the brush settings right there. You click here. There's the hardness, and we don't like the hardness. If you increase the hardness and you click, you see what is happening. Let me increase the hardness to 100, then I click. You see, it is giving you that sharp edge, and we don't like that sharp edge. We want it to be smooth. So you just click on Ctrl Z, and you are back. So you click here and then you take the hardness to 0. After that too, we need a soft brush, a soft round brush. So you can click here, you see soft round brush, you click on the soft round brush, and then this is the size. You can increase it here, you can reduce it here, then you are good to go. So now you can also still increase it a little bit from here. Then you come to the opacity. The opacity, you can choose to reduce the opacity small, and you can also choose to reduce the flow. The flow is very important, you reduce it. Yes, then you can start painting, or you can start brushing over. So it is somehow time consuming. It's okay, but you need to take your time and do it. So the more you are doing it, the more it is blending with the background, and I believe you can see it clearly from what I am doing. Yes, so that is it. So it is done. It is done. So if you increase the image, you can see that this image with the white or this subject with a white background, with a white shirt is appearing here. So what we need to do is to take our change it to white by pressing on the X key, the X for on the keyboard. Then you reduce your brush. Then you brush here again for it to bring the full image back. Yes, you click here, or you are brushing again and it is back. So that is it. That is how to do it. Yes, so you take your time and then you reduce the flow and you do it gradually. You can even put the flow as at 2%, so that the image and then the background will blend very nice and good. All right, so that is it. The next thing we are going to do is to start bringing in the details, which is the ratings. So without wasting much time, what we are going to do again is let's group the background. Is that okay? So let me unlock the background, unlock this, and unlock this as well, so that I give it into, I put all into one group. So I select everything. You select the first one like this, you click on Alt from your keyboard, you select the last one, then you click on or you press on, no, this is pressing, yes, you hold Control then G on your keyboard as group, Control G, then it has been grouped. You can double click on it and then give it a name. So we can say background or whatever you want to, whatever name you want to give it. Then you click enter. Now you can lock the background. The next one is the image. So when I turn it off, you see we are having only the images here. When I turn it on, then it is back. So the images, let me select all the images as well and also give it one group, so that our layers will not be that much plenty. So you can say images, then press on your enter key. Okay, double click again and take off that thing that came. All right, so click and lock it. Now you see everything here has been locked. So whatever we are going to do again is not going to affect the background, or is not going to affect anything. So now if you want to work within any group, you just unlock the group, click on it and then unlock it, then you open that group, then you start working on it. So let me bring, you see, after I created this thing, let me bring this one here and show you what I mean. After I wrote this thing, the back of it becomes very, like, it was not all that clear. Yeah, so what, as a designer, what we need to do is to think. So I just decided to bring or create this thing and then put it here, so that it will what, it will come out or it will pop up nicely. So if you want to create that thing, it is very easy. Come here, create a new layer. This is the new layer. You create a new layer, new empty layer rather. Then you take your brush tool again and you increase the brush size, and then you turn the foreground color should be white instead of black, and you click again, continue clicking till you get what you want. So something like this is quite better. So now you can even select it and then increase it, or anyhow you want it to be, depending on the work you are doing. But first of all, you need to bring in, or you need to create, or you need to write the title first. Yes, you need to write the title first. After you writing the title, then you go ahead and create this. But I was just showing you how you can create it, and I believe now you have gotten it. So that is that. We are done with the background. Let me lock it back. What we are going to do next is the name of the church and then the logo. So what we are going to do is to just select this. Let me see if this is the logo. Yes, that is the logo, and this is the rectangle that contains the logo. All right, and the name of the church. Okay, so let's select everything here, the logo and then the name, and then you right click to duplicate and then send it to our usual place. We come back and it has been positioned here nicely and perfectly. All right, so I think we are good to go. Yeah, because the reason why you are seeing this error keys means I'm not having this particular font. Yeah, this particular typeface is not on this system. That is why you are seeing this error. It's okay. So when you try to edit it, you see it is telling you to replace or manage. Yeah, say these fonts are missing on this text layer. Yes, I think it is Auto Sans Essential Alt Regular. That is the name of it. So we are not going to change it. So we can leave it as it is. And you can also go ahead and change it only if you want to do that. Now this is it. The name. This doesn't. I didn't added any effects. Yes, I didn't added any effects. It's just the 6 days prayer and fasting. So I'm not going to spend much time here. So 6 days prayer and fasting. I select everything, right click, and then duplicate, and we send it back to where it's supposed to go. So when we come back here, we see that here is it. Yes. So the reason why I created that background, which is the white background, is this. You see, when you take this one off, it's not showing that clearly. The contrast here is not that much. Yes, it's poor. It's having a poor contrast. So you need to create this to give it a nice look or a very good contrast. All right, so we are done. I can also now select. This is I want us to be grouping everything so that our work will look, our layer panel will look good. So we can give this the name as the church. We can say church name. It's not necessary that you are to give it the same name I am giving, but you can go ahead and give it any name of your choice. Yes, it's your work, not mine. Then the next one, let me take this off. We are not dealing with this one again. The next one is going to be this one's the theme for the program. Yes, this one too, I believe you know it. You just take your canvas, your rectangle to you draw a rectangle, then you give it a corner radius. Yes, then you write the theme and then the title. So let me select everything here. Okay, it seems some of the background is selecting, so let me lock it. This is the individual lock. I lock it. Now I can select everything here. Hasn't been selected. Oh, another background is disturbing. Let me lock that one too. Think now all the backgrounds has been locked. Let's go again. I select this. Okay. So let's do individual selection. I select this, you press on your Alt key, you select the background, and then you select the theme. So everything has been selected. You can come here, right click as usual, duplicate, and then send it to our original image where we are working. Then boom, there we go. We are here. You can adjust it a little bit. Can adjust it a little bit. So we come down, we do same for this one too. Yeah, we do same for all of them. We do same for all of them. Then right click and then send it to our place of work. Then there they are. You can also send this at the top a little bit. And remember, no work is crossing these borderlines. Yes, no text, especially no text. The image can cross, but tests are not supposed to cross. The next one is we are almost done, right? The next one is this one. Just take your rectangle tool and create this rectangle here. Select it and then the name here too. Let's select everything. Then let's right click and duplicate. Send it back and we are there. So if you want to achieve this thing, this test with more spaces between, all that you need to do is use the tracking. Come to properties because this thing is not here. That is why it's not showing up. That's why it's not showing up best, but I'll take you through. So come to Windows, then let's go to tests. Is it test paragraph? Okay, paragraph style. Let me check. I think it's paragraph. Then character, yes. So you see, this is the leading or the tracking. I always forget the name. Yes, it's the tracking. So it's the tracking that has increased. You see, this is 820. You can take it back to zero, and then you see it has come back to zero. Yes, it has come back to zero. And you can also increase it. There is up to 200, but it was 820. So let's type in the 820 and click OK, and it's going to go back to how it was. So that is it. That is it. So let's come back and see our work is here. So now, since we are not allowing anything to cross, we can just select this and then reduce the size. Okay, click and let's say transform, then we reduce the size so that it will not cross. Then click on OK, then we are good to go. Yes, we are good to go. It is not crossing. So let's come back again. What's left here is the name of of the the speaker, and then the host, the general overseer, the host, and then the speaker. So I'll leave this one. I believe you can do it. Just write, draw this circle by taking your rectangle tool. You draw a circle like this. Then after you draw the circle, you will give the circle a corner radius. Okay. After you give it a corner radius, you give it a white color. Then after giving it a white color, you start writing your names in there, and that is all. Yeah, so it's not difficult. Okay, yes, it's not difficult. So I tried to create a cycle, and then it was taking some time. So as you can see here, just reduce it. If you want to work, you see this one, it is reducing all size. So you just click on alt, and then you can reduce it from one side. Then with the corner radius, you can bring it down a little bit, then hold alt again, bring this one to at this side. So you press OK, and the angles has come for the corner radius. So you can just adjust them from here, or you can also come here and do it from here. So you see, this is the link that is linking all the four angles together. So you see 221, 221, 221 throughout. If you want to adjust one side, let's say